Why do we work on changing harmful gender norms? Before we talk about why it's important to transform harmful gender norms, let's first answer the question, what are gender norms? Gender norms are social ideas and beliefs that shape the behavior of different groups of people in any society, depending on their perceived gender. Gender norms are what any society considers normal behavior or right and good behavior for boys and men and women and girls, and they can cause a lot of harm and violence. For example, in the gender norms of most countries, cleaning and taking care of children are activities that are expected to be done only or mostly by women, while men are expected to be the breadwinners and leaders of their homes and communities. So why do we have to change gender norms? Well, gender norms influence our behaviors and what we consider appropriate and acceptable in any given community. Harmful gender norms cause many different types of inequalities between men and women. They are the root cause of gender inequality and violence towards women and girls. Gender norms deny women and girls their right to live a life free of violence and to access equal opportunities and resources. For example, if a society considers it normal for men to be in charge of sex and intimate relationships, and normal for women to be of service to men, then women will be expected to cater to men's sexual demands and not set their own boundaries around sex and relationships. This set of norms makes boys and men feel entitled to use physical and sexual violence against women, and research shows that these norms directly cause such violence. When we transform gender norms, when we transform what people believe about themselves and others, then we can change our perceptions and ideas about what is acceptable and appropriate for different people in our society. And this, in turn, changes our behaviors. For example, if men and boys believe that women and girls have the right to make decisions about sex and relationships, and that their boundaries should be respected, then men and boys will not feel entitled to sexually coerce women or girls, or use violence against them when they say no to sex. Gender norms also create harm and violence for people of all gender expressions and identities, outside of the typical binary perception of gender as just being men and women. Those of us who don't fit neatly into one idea or another about what gender is or should be. By changing harmful gender norms, we are building communities that are respectful, nonviolent, and inclusive, which improves the freedoms and quality of life women and girls experience, and in turn leads to sustainable development, peace, and social justice in the long run.